Assalamualaikum and welcome back to the channel Read with Rizwan. In today's video, we will be learning about the chapter 2 of economics, sectors of Indian economy. So let's get started. As you can see in the above slide, you will find some people are engaged in various economic activities. Some of these activities producing goods, some others are producing services. These activities are happening around us. How do we understand these activities? One way of doing these is to group them or classify them using some important criterion. These groups are called sectors. In Indian economy, we have three main sectors. They are primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. We begin by looking at different kind of economic activities. There are many activities that are undertaken by directly using natural resources. Take for example the cultivation of cotton. For the growth of cotton, we depend mainly but not entirely on natural factors like rainfall, sunshine and climate. When we produce a good by exploiting natural resources, it is an activity of the primary sector. Why primary? This is because it forms the basic for all other products that we subsequently make. Since most of the natural products we get are from agriculture, dairy, fishing, mining, excavation, etc. This sector is also called agriculture related sector. Moving on to the secondary sector. Secondary sector is related with industrial work. In secondary sector, it covers activities in which natural products are changed into other forms through ways of manufacturing that we associate with industrial activity. It is the next step after primary. The product is not produced by nature but has to be made, and therefore some process of manufacturing is essential. This could be in a factory, a workshop or at a home. Using sugar cane as a raw material, we make sugar or jaggery. We convert earth into bricks and use bricks to make houses and buildings. Since this sector gradually became associated with the different kinds of industries, that's why it is called industrial sector. Now the third one is a service sector. Why it is called as a service sector? Actually, it is called as a industrial sector, but it includes all the services such as of doctors, teachers, washermen, lawyers, etc. Activities that help in the development of primary and secondary sector. These activities by themselves do not produce a good, but they are an aid or support for the production process. That's why they called as a service sector. Service sector also includes some essential services like in recent times we have information technology, internet cafes, ATM booths, call centers, software companies. Now let us compare the three different sectors of Indian economy. How do we count the various goods and services and know the total production in each sector? With so many thousands of goods and services produced, you might think this is an impossible task. To get around this problem, economists suggest that value of goods and services should be used rather than adding up the actual number. So we have to get the value of final goods and services. What are final goods? Final goods are those which are consumed directly by the customer or consumer. How do we get the GDP of the country? Now to get a GDP of a country, we have to add primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Before that, what do you mean by GDP? I think all of you have read or seen on the television about GDP, about the anchors saying GDP is fluctuating in India. What does GDP means? Gross domestic product. And how this can be measured? The value of final goods and services produced in each sector during a particular year provides the total production of the sector for that year. I'll repeat it for you. It is the value of all goods and services produced within a year during that particular year, which shows GDP of a country, which means whatever is being produced in primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, the sum up of all these three sectors, we will get the GDP of a country. In India, the mammoth task of measuring GDP is undertaken by a central government ministry. This ministry, with the help of various government departments of the Indian states and union territories, collects information relating to the total volume of goods and services and their prices and then estimates the GDP. In the next page, it shows the GDP of 2013 and 14. That's it for the day. Hope you like the video. Thanks for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe.